We have a number of games and events to catch up on and cover, including the British Open, which a friend of the channel, Gary Pollard, participated in. We have the World Qualifier Games, which, again, another friend, Alex Holmes, participated in. We have a few state tournaments. But today, I'm going to focus on the 2022 Unrestricted World Championship match between Lubabalo Kondlo and Matteo Bernini. Specifically, I'm going to talk about Game 19 from that match, in which Matteo Bernini almost exclusively played the switcher, but in Game 19 played a really interesting variation of the switcher, which I think is incredibly instructive. In this match, Matteo almost exclusively plays the switcher defense when handling the white pieces. And in Game 19, Kondlo opened up with 11-15, and then 21-17 is what forms the switcher opening. Now, there may be a number of you that are thinking, well, okay, there's something terribly wrong with this move, right? Because it's developed out of the single corner, so you're protecting your double corner, and it's, again, targeting toward the red double corner. But the issue with this opening and why it is very challenging to defend from the white side is because red can immediately pin this piece on 17 by going 9-13. James Wyllie pioneered much of this play in the 19th century, and he played it to confuse opponents, but really it is not very strong, and to play it well, you really have to master some very technical positions. Matteo has obviously done that. He played this almost exclusively, so he knew this opening inside and out, and he proved that time and time again when playing Lubabalo. So after the bind with 9-13, white is going to continue to shore up and develop out of the single corner with 25-21. Now, Kondlo, in a number of games in this match, followed by 5-9, which can then be countered by 29-25. After the 15-19 break, Matteo would play 17-14 to some good draws. So the 5-9 is a good alternative here, but really the power attack to sustain the attack from red is to continue to develop out of the single corner with 8-11. Now, a lot of texts in the past give this 17-14 break as one line of defense, but it's almost been cast aside now for this modern, if you will, 30-25 defense. Red just continues to develop out of the single corner here. And you may think, okay, well, maybe the 17-14 break now is okay. But actually, it's not. After the break, red can follow with 6-10, and then 25-21, followed by 15-18. And the white position is nearly broken at that point after a later 13-17. So holding back 17-14 at this point is important. The best move white can make here is actually this break with 24-19. And now red has a couple different options. This 11-16, which was also played in the match, is good as well. It can be countered with this 22-18. There's a lot of play there, so I may go over that in a future video. But in game 19, Kondlo plays the direct 11-15, again targeting toward the white double corner. And here, white can now play 17-14. So after the jumps, and the natural 8-11. Here, the 32-28 is regarded as the standard defense. Master Play, and also a good friend of the channel, Michael Holmes, plays this 22-17, which can also draw. I don't know if there's anything been published on this move, but this move can also draw. But again, the 32-28 is standard. The 3 for 3 will draw, and that's good too. But this 12-16 is, again, the standard reply here. White is going to remove the piece now with 22-17. And Kondlo plays the classic Robert attack with 6-10 next. Bernini goes 29-25. Followed again by 25-21. And now, instead of running the piece off again, which would result in 14-9, Kondlo plays the pitch with 16-19. Followed now by 6-10. The break can no longer happen because the piece is off 23. So Bernini waits. Capture, and now playing 26-22 to take the piece off 17. Kondlo plays 5-9, followed by 24-19, 2-6 just waiting, and now Bernini plays 16-12, which also draws. There's another alternative play here which we will show. So after the 16-12, Kondlo plays 6-10. Now, many of you are probably thinking, wow, white is in serious trouble here. You have a threatening 2 for 1. There's not much white can do here. If it even tries to go in here, red is just going to move 10-14. So what is white going to do? Well, white plays two fantastic sacrifice pitches here. The first is 12-8 to remove this column here, so the 2 for 1 cannot happen. So pitching here first. Now 22-17, and again, red is going to attack that piece and makes another pitch, 17-14. So now red is up 2 pieces. After 19-15, this piece is going to get captured, and this piece is in trouble now. So Kondlo plays 7-10. White will capture this wave first. And now this piece is stuck on 10. So red is just going to, again, can't really do anything about that. So it's going to go toward the king row, and then white is going to crown. And this piece is doomed. Can't do anything about it. And the game is drawn. Let's go back to this position really quickly. I mentioned that Matteo had varied from the typical Robert Martin's draw with the 16-12. The Martin's draw gives 22-17 first, followed by 9-13, 17-14, 6-10, and then instead, again, going to get a king, which would result in a 2 for 1 here. Now the 16-12 can be played. Followed by the pitch back for the classic draw. And again, it's the same position that we saw in the Kondlo Bernini game. So let's take a look now at this opening and at this game, but this time you can see it from Matteo Bernini's perspective. All right, let's look at Matteo Bernini's switcher defense from his perspective. Again, this is game 19 of the 2022 Unrestricted World Championship match. So Kondlo opens with 11-15, and now we have the switcher from Bernini. Again, locking up the single corner here from White with this 9-13 move. The modern and good 30-25 defense. And now playing 24-19, not 17-14. Again, 11-16 was also played in this match. And 11-15 is a good alternative too. Here, the 30-28. Followed by the strong 12-16 move here. After 22-17, eliminates the piece on 13. And once again, we have this 6-10 attack. And instead of pressing first here with 6-10 or 6-9, we have the 16-19 pitch. And now this 6-10 piece can press the piece on 14 because, again, there's no protection here. White develops 28-24 first. And then 26-22 captures the invading piece of 17. So this piece can not make any further inroad to get a king. Five-9 first from red. And now we have the 16-12. Followed by 6-10. And now seeing it from Bernini's perspective, you can see just how dire White's position is. The immediate threat of the 2-for-1, of course, is right there. But first, we have the pitch. And now because there's no longer a piece on 3, the 2-for-1 cannot happen. After the pitch, we have 22-17, and again, red is just going to attack this piece on 17. But we have another pitch. Now the star 19-15. And then again, Kondlo just plays 7-10. Even if red were to try to advance, this piece is going to get captured regardless. So 7-10, hoping for last second chances here. But after that capture, the draw is conceded at this point. But to play it out, again, just trying to advance to get a king. White gets the king, and this piece is trapped. So I hope you all enjoyed this specific game. I think it's very instructive. And please stay tuned for more content coming up. And thank you, as always, for watching.